This Ask Energy question is another popular one that I get, especially here in the summertime. The question is, are sports drinks bad? Hmm. Well, I don't necessarily like using the words good or bad when it comes to these type of things, but let's put this in context because actually that's going to be part of the answer is we have to put this in context. So are sport drinks bad? Well, let's look at the ingredients and the function of sport drinks. Context, right? Why would you use sport drinks? Well, you would use sport drinks because you are trying to put something back in your body that you're using or losing. Now, what makes up a typical sport drink? Water, sugar, salt. That's it. Very basic. Now, of course, on the market these days, we have sport drinks with crazy ingredients, right? Now, vitamins, minerals, caffeine, you name it, like it's probably in there, right? So I'm not necessarily going to say sport drinks are bad, but sport drinks should be periodized or used effectively and efficiently based on your needs. So, for example, if you're out exercising and you're sweating, then you're losing fluid. You're losing water and you're losing salt. Those are two components of a sport drink. If you're exercising for longer than 60, 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours, you're losing a lot more carbohydrates also, sugar. So are sport drinks necessary during some exercise? I would say the ingredients in sport drinks are absolutely necessary when it comes down to fluid, carbs, and salt. If you start getting the crazy ingredients, I mean, that's debatable, right? Debatable whether you need B vitamins, whether you need caffeine, whether you need all that stuff, right? But at the very basic core level, yeah, water, sugar, salt, you absolutely may need those. And if you're going to call a sport drink something that has sugar, salt, and water, then yes, perhaps you do need sport drinks at certain times of the year during your training. Now, if I'm on vacation and I'm lounging, I'm not going to choose a sport drink, right? There's no purpose, right? But if I am exercising, if I'm out hiking or biking or something and it's hot outside and I'm sweating a lot, there may be a good opportunity to use a sport drink. Now, here's the other thing. There are a lot of dyes and colorings found in sport drinks also, and those have been linked to various health conditions, which you do not want. So in granted, sport nutrition companies are getting better at reducing those or eliminating those, which is great. They should have done that from day one. But what I will say too is if you want to use a sport drink, there are many recipes for homemade sport drinks. Super easy, super economical. And listen, you can take it anywhere you want, right? So you don't have to rely on, oh, what's your favorite sport drink in a different city or location you're going in and then not being able to find it. So one of my favorite recipes is basically just take water, take a liter of water, mix 2 to 3 tablespoons of either honey or maple syrup, real maple syrup in there, that's your sugar, and then add either a dash to a healthy pinch of pink Himalayan salt. Now you can use any salt if you want, but I love pink Himalayan salt because it has a lot of different minerals in it also. So the beauty of this is you can titrate the maple syrup or the honey to make it more or less sweet, basically to give you more or less carbohydrate based on your needs. You can also titrate the pink Himalayan salt or regular salt based on your electrolyte needs. So super easy to do. You can do it anytime you want. You can even drink that at home. I do a variation like that at home. I do water, pinch of pink Himalayan salt, and just a little bit of maple syrup. Just a little bit of sweetener because it's not really a sport drink, but I want a little flavor to it. And you can add other things like lemon juice, lime juice for sure, just to kind of give it some citrusy taste. So feel free to mix that up. You can also use fruit juices as sport drinks if you kind of put a little more sodium in there. I'd be careful with that because then you're messing with a lot of sugar there. So I would maybe stick with the honey or the maple syrup because you can titrate those a little bit better. But back to the initial question, are sport drinks bad? Well, no, you have to put it in context, right? They could be less opportunistic at times, right? If you're not using them, right time, right place, right? So yeah, I mean, there's a time and a place for everything, especially when it comes to sport nutrition products. Okay, hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next Ask Energy.